Chosen one, there comes a moment in your journey when heaven begins to move quietly, and your spirit senses it long before your eyes ever see it. And if you are listening to this right now, understand this clearly. You did not stumble onto this message by accident. You were not scrolling randomly. You were not just curious. Heaven itself scheduled this moment with your name on it, not with trumpets, not with flashing signs, but with a gentle inner stirring that says something has shifted, something sacred has begun. Because when God moves first, He moves beneath the surface. And that is exactly what this season is, the silent season. The moment where divine activity increases while outward noise decreases. And this is why it feels strange, because nothing dramatic may have happened yet. No big announcement, no public breakthrough, no visible reward. But deep inside, you know the soil has changed. What once rejected your efforts now feels receptive. What once resisted you now feels softer. Doors that stayed shut for years are beginning to loosen, not by force, not by striving, but effortlessly. And the opportunities that used to pass you by are now slowly turning around and coming to find you. And this is important because God watched every season where you sowed in tears and saw no immediate return. He saw the prayers that felt unanswered, the faith that felt lonely, the obedience that felt unnoticed. And now, without fanfare, without applause, without noise, He is beginning to reverse what once resisted you. And many people miss this moment because they are waiting for noise. They are waiting for a dramatic sign. But divine provision rarely begins loudly. It begins quietly, almost invisibly, like a seed cracking open underground. And this is why the Bible says, "Be still, and know that I am God." Not because stillness is weakness, but because stillness is awareness. Because true blessings do not crash into your life with noise. They arrive like the sunrise, slowly, steadily, powerfully. The sun does not announce itself. It does not compete for attention. It simply rises, and everything else adjusts around it. And so must you, because this moment is not just about receiving money. It is about receiving a mantle. God is not only increasing your resources, He is increasing your responsibility. He is not just adding to your account, He is adding weight to your calling, because wealth in the kingdom is never random. It is always tied to purpose. And this is where the chosen are separated from the crowd, because not everyone is trusted with increase. Some people ask for blessing, but they are not ready for the assignment that comes with it. And this is why God often starts with silence, because silence reveals maturity. Silence tests character. Silence asks a quiet but powerful question. Can you carry increase without needing attention? Can you walk in blessing without broadcasting it? Can you hold something precious without exposing it too early? Because the truth is, not everyone around you is ready to see you rise. Some people were only comfortable with your struggle because it kept you small, because it made them feel secure. And when you begin to grow, your light does something uncomfortable. It shines on shadows. It reveals stagnation. It exposes lack of movement. and God is not exposing them to shame them. He is exposing them to free you from cycles, from environments, from relationships that were never meant to contain what He is placing inside you. And that is why the instruction for this season is simple but powerful. Move. Quietly, silence is not hiding. Silence is strategy. It protects what is still forming because you do not announce a seed the moment it begins to sprout. You protect it, you water it, you guard it until it can withstand storms. Storms of jealousy, storms of misunderstanding, storms of opinions that have no authority over your assignment. And in this hidden place, understand this: heaven is not silent while your life feels quieter on the outside. God is speaking louder on the inside. He is training your character to match the size of your coming assignment, shaping your habits, refining your motives, sharpening your discernment. Because many people can receive blessing, but few can manage it. Many can celebrate, increase, but few can steward it. And God will not release something through you that will later destroy you, which is why this season feels different. You are being prepared not just for provision, but for precision, for timing, for wisdom. And this is why you may feel a pull toward stillness, toward privacy, toward less explanation, and more obedience. Because this is the season where roots grow deeper than branches, where foundations are strengthened before structures are revealed. And if you rush this part, if you force visibility too soon, you risk exposing something that is not yet fortified, because energy follows attention. And when you shine a spotlight on something sacred before it is ready, you invite forces that are not equipped to carry it. But when you stay quiet, when you stay grounded, when you stay aligned, you give heaven room to finish its work. And chosen one, let this settle in your spirit. This silence you are experiencing is not delay, it is development. It is not absence, it is alignment. It is not punishment, it is protection. God is teaching you how to rise without noise, how to walk with quiet authority, how to carry weight without needing validation. Because what is coming into your life is not ordinary increase, it is wealth tied to calling, provision woven into purpose. And before this becomes visible, it must become stable. Before it becomes public, must become pure. And this is why heaven whispers before it shouts. This is why God works underground before He works on the surface, because when the moment comes for you to rise, you will not need to announce it. Your fruit will speak, your peace will testify. Your consistency will explain everything. Your mouth never has to. And this is only the beginning, because the silent season is where everything starts to change. Not for show, but for destiny. Chosen one, hear this clearly. The moment your blessing begins to show up is not the finish line. It is the battlefield, because manifestation is not your reward. It is your proving ground. And this is where many misunderstand what is happening. They think when the doors open, when the money starts flowing, when the resistance finally breaks, that the test is over. But in the kingdom, that is when the real test begins, because heaven is not watching to see how high you rise. Heaven is watching to see how deeply you stay rooted, and this is why this season feels intense in a different way. The struggle has shifted. It no longer looks like lack. It looks like opportunity. It no longer sounds like rejection. It sounds like applause. But do not be deceived, because not every open door is divine. Not every invitation is aligned, and not everyone clapping for you is for you. Some are only comfortable with you when you are small, when your dreams are contained, when your potential feels theoretical. But the moment God begins to elevate you, something changes in the atmosphere around you. Your progress becomes uncomfortable. For people who have refused to move, your obedience exposes their excuses. Your growth highlights their stagnation. And this is why blessing attracts warfare. Not because blessing is evil, but because blessing carries light, and light reveals what darkness prefers to keep hidden. And understand this: money does not corrupt. It reveals wealth will not change who you are. It will expose who you have always been. Whatever was hiding in your heart will rise to the surface when increase arrives. Pride will inflate. Greed will grow. Insecurity will whisper louder. But gratitude will multiply everything it touches. And this is the fork in the road where many fall because they prayed for provision, but never prepared for exposure. They asked God to bless their hands, but never allowed Him to cleanse their hearts. And when the blessing came, it became too heavy for their character to carry. And that is why divine delay is not rejection. It is protection. God is not withholding from you. He is shielding you from premature promotion, because promotion before preparation does not elevate. It destroys an chosen one. Your delay was not denial. It was development. Every closed door was a classroom. Every setback was training. Every season of waiting was building something inside you that money alone could never produce. Discernment, discipline, humility. Because when God shifts you into increase, your warfare changes the enemy. No longer attacks through lack. He attacks through distraction. He will send counterfeit connections. People who speak like friends but act like parasites. People who want access to your resources but have no respect for your assignment. People who clap publicly but compete privately. And if you are not anchored, you will mistake attention for alignment. You will confuse opportunity with instruction. And this is why the first command in blessing is rarely celebrate. It is separate because separation is not isolation. It is clarity. It is God removing you from environments that can no longer sustain what He is placing on you. And this can feel lonely because the crowd that once surrounded you begins to thin. Conversations feel shallow, familiar spaces feel restrictive. But this is not loss. This is transition. God is narrowing your circle to protect your calling, because not everyone who can walk with you in the valley can handle you on the mountain. Some people only know how to relate to your pain, not your purpose. And when you rise, they do not know where to place you anymore. And instead of celebrating, they compete. Instead of supporting, they compare. And God is saying, Do not fight them. Do not explain yourself. Do not defend your growth. Move quietly, because silence is not weakness. It is authority under control. It is strength that does not need to announce itself and chosen one. This is where maturity is proven. Can you walk in blessing without broadcasting? Can you receive increase without seeking validation? Can you allow God to elevate you without feeling the need to prove that you deserve it? Because real authority does not argue. It moves, and real power does not boast, it builds. And this is why Scripture says, "Let another praise you and not your own mouth," because when you speak too soon, you expose what is still forming. Energy follows attention, and when attention lands on something holy before it is fortified, it invites unnecessary pressure, unnecessary envy, unnecessary interference, and many chosen ones have lost momentum, not because God withdrew, but because they announced too early. They shouted victory before the foundation had settled. They posted the harvest before the roots had grown deep, and when the storms came, what could have stood firm snapped under the weight of exposure. But God is teaching you a different way. He is teaching you how to win quietly, how to advance without noise, how to let fruit speak instead of words. Because the true sign of blessing is not how loud your celebration is. It is how stable your life becomes. Peace replaces panic. Clarity replaces confusion. Discipline replaces impulse. And this is how you know the blessing is from God. It brings order, not chaos, alignment, not anxiety. And hear this, chosen one, your progress will trigger people, not because you did something wrong, but because your obedience reminds them of what they postponed. And that discomfort is not your responsibility to manage your assignment, is to stay faithful, to stay grounded, to stay obedient. Because God is not elevating you to compete. He is elevating you to carry provision, to carry responsibility, to carry influence that must be stewarded with wisdom. And this is why the battlefield is internal before it is external. The real war is not against people. It is against pride, against the urge to prove, against the temptation to flex, against the desire to be seen. Because the moment you start seeking applause, you stop hearing instruction, and the noise of people can drown out the voice of God. And if you lose that voice, no amount of money will save you. So stay low, stay listening, stay submitted, because the blessing is not just testing your wallet, it is testing your heart. And how you handle this stage will determine whether what God released can remain, because abundance without discipline is temporary. Favor without humility is fragile and chosen one. God did not bring you this far to watch you fall in the spotlight. He brought you this far to teach you how to walk with quiet authority, to move with discernment, to recognize that not every door that opens is meant to be entered. Sometimes the holiest answer is no. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response. Because when you do not react, when you do not explain, when you do not perform, you preserve your peace, and peace is proof that God is leading you, not pressure. So as the blessing unfolds, do not rush, do not boast, do not compare. This is the battlefield and the victory. Here is not loud, it is steady, it is disciplined, it is rooted. And if you can pass this test, if you can stay anchored, when the applause begins, then what God is building in your life will not just arrive. It will last because the chosen do not just receive blessing, they survive it, they steward it, and they come out stronger on the other side. Chosen one. This is where the path becomes narrow and the wisdom becomes rare, because what God is teaching you in this season is something most people will never understand. Quiet prosperity, the kind of increase that does not announce itself, the kind of blessing that does not beg for attention, the kind of wealth that moves with calm authority instead of noise, because there are two types of wealth in this world: loud wealth and divine wealth. Loud wealth needs to be seen, it needs to be validated, it needs proof. It flexes, it posts, it competes. But divine wealth moves differently. It is steady, it is disciplined, it is rooted. It does not chase applause because it is already anchored in purpose. And this is why many people misunderstand the chosen. They mistake your silence for fear, your privacy for insecurity, your restraint for weakness. But what they do not see is that silence is strength under control. It is wisdom choosing timing over impulse, because real power does not rush to prove itself, it simply functions. And Scripture confirms this truth. When Jesus spoke about giving, he did not say, "Give loudly." He said, "Give in secret, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you openly, because heaven values what the world overlooks. Discipline, consistency, obedience without an audience. And this is why God trusts some with more. Not because they are louder, not because they are more talented, but because they are more disciplined. They understand boundaries. They understand structure. They understand that increase without order becomes chaos. And chosen one. This is where practical wisdom enters the picture. Because divine wealth is not just spiritual. It is strategic. It requires systems. It requires restraint. It requires the ability to say no to good things in order to protect the God thing. Because not every opportunity deserves a yes. Not every deal is aligned. Not every connection is clean. And if you do not learn how to filter access, your blessing will become crowded, drained, and eventually diluted. And this is why God teaches you to move quietly, not to hide, but to protect. Because anything valuable attracts attention, and not all attention is safe. Some attention wants access, not accountability. Some people do not want to support your vision. They want to attach to your provision. And if you are not careful, you will begin to carry people. God never assigned to your journey, and that weight will slow you down, exhaust you, and confuse your focus. But quiet prosperity solves this problem, because when you stop announcing only the aligned remain, when you stop explaining only the intentional stay, and this is where boundaries become holy, saying no becomes worship, restraint becomes obedience. And this is the discipline that separates those who rise temporarily from those who last generationally. Because the chosen are not just called to receive, they are called to steward, to manage, to multiply without corruption. And this requires a mindset shift. Money is no longer the goal. It is the tool. It is the servant, not the master. It exists to fund purpose, not identity. And when this shift happens inside you, something powerful changes. You stop chasing lifestyle and start building legacy. You stop reacting emotionally and start responding intentionally. You stop spending to impress and start investing to impact. And this is why divine wealth brings peace, not pressure, clarity, not confusion, order, not anxiety. Because when God is involved, increase does not scatter you. It centers you. It sharpens you. It simplifies you. And people will notice this difference. They will wonder why you are not louder, why you are not showing more, why you are not competing. And the answer is simple. You do not need to announce what God is sustaining, because fruit speaks louder than words. Consistency testifies louder than claims, and peace reveals more than any post ever could, and Scripture supports this again when it says, "Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, because self-promotion weakens authority, but quiet confidence strengthens it, and chosen one understand this deeply." God is not impressed by how much you make. He is attentive to how you manage. Heaven does not count dollars. It reads discipline. It watches patterns. It observes habits, because habits reveal maturity. And this is why some people can receive a windfall and lose it within years, while others grow steadily and never collapse. One chased visibility, the other built structure. One reacted emotionally, the other responded with wisdom. And God is training you to be the second, the builder, the steward, the one who understands that wealth must be carried with reverence. Because money does not just give options, it amplifies who you already are. And if your identity is not anchored, your increase will expose it. But if your heart is grounded, your wealth will become a weapon for good, a tool for restoration, a resource for impact. And this is where generosity enters. Not loud generosity, not performative giving, but holy giving. Quiet acts of obedience that heaven records even when no one else sees. Paying for groceries without expecting thanks, helping someone without posting about it, sowing into lives without needing credit, because generosity is not about recognition, it is about alignment. And when you give like this, something supernatural happens. Your wealth stays clean. It does not rot with pride. It does not poison your spirit. It remains a channel instead of becoming a cage. And this is why God whispers instructions to you in this season: where to give, where to invest, where to hold back, where to walk away. And the world will call it intuition, but you will know it is divine guidance, because quiet prosperity sharpens your hearing. Noise dulls it, applause distracts it, comparison corrupts it, but silence protects it. And this is why Jesus withdrew after miracles. He did not linger in praise. He returned to communion because applause is loud, but purpose is quiet and chosen one. If you linger too long in applause, you will miss your next instruction. And this season is not about stopping your growth. It is about sustaining it. It is about learning how to move with nobility instead of noise. discipline instead of display, wisdom instead of rush, because the ones who last are not the ones who shine the brightest. They are the ones who stay rooted the deepest. And this is the mark of quiet prosperity, when your life becomes stable, your decisions become measured, your emotions become governed, your generosity becomes intentional, and your peace becomes untouchable. And when people ask how you did it, you will not need a speech. You will not need to explain. Your life will answer for you. Your consistency will testify. Your fruit will speak, because chosen one divine wealth does not need to be announced. It is recognized, and this is the kind of prosperity God is building in you now. Not loud, not rushed, not fragile, but quiet, disciplined, and unshakable. Chosen one. There is a danger that almost no one warns you about. A danger that does not show up in the storm, but in the sunlight. It does not roar like a lion. It whispers like comfort. And that danger is success without awareness, because the truth is many people survive. Struggle, but very few survive success. When you had nothing, your faith was tested through endurance, through patience, through survival. But when abundance arrives, your faith is tested through stewardship, through remembrance, through restraint. And this is where many fall, not because they became evil overnight, but because they slowly forgot. The nights they cried for breakthrough, forgot the prayers they whispered when no one was listening, forgot the promises they made when all they had was faith. Because comfort has a way of dulling the edge of your spirit. It slowly replaces dependence with confidence, prayer with planning, surrender with self-reliance. And if you are not careful, your lifestyle will begin to grow louder while your soul grows quieter. And that is the most dangerous imbalance of all, because abundance without intimacy leads to emptiness. And this is why Scripture warns us not about poverty, but about forgetfulness in blessing. Because when God blesses you, the real test begins. Not of your wallet, but of your heart. Wealth is not just favor. It is a mirror. It reflects what is already inside you. And this is why money does not corrupt it. It reveals priorities, motives, loyalties. And there was once a man who learned this the hard way, a man who prayed for years for breakthrough, who promised God that if he were blessed, he would give, he would serve, he would stay faithful. And heaven heard him. But heaven waited because some promises are sincere, but not ready. And then one day the doors opened. Business exploded, money multiplied, and everything he once dreamed of came rushing in. But success came with a voice, not loud, not obvious, but subtle. A whisper that said, "Show them. Prove it. Let them see you made it." And slowly his gratitude turned into display, his generosity turned into performance, his service turned into leverage. He still gave, but now with strings. He still helped, but now with cameras. And little by little, the same presence that lifted him began to withdraw, not as punishment, but as warning. Because God will not compete with pride. And one night, sitting in a house filled with everything he wanted, the silence became unbearable. What once protected him now felt empty. because it was no longer filled with God. And in that moment of clarity, he fell to his knees and prayed one of the most powerful prayers of his life. God, take the noise out of my heart, and that prayer changed everything. Not because God took the wealth away, but because he restored meaning to it. The blessing became holy again. The money became a tool for worship instead of attention and chosen one. That story is not about losing wealth. It is about losing alignment, because the greatest loss is not financial. It is spiritual, and this is why God trains the chosen to guard their hearts more than their accounts. Because if your heart drifts, your blessing will follow, and hear this truth clearly. If money makes you prayerless, it is not prosperity, it is bondage. But if it draws you closer, makes you more generous, more grounded, more aware of your source, then you have stepped into something divine. And this is why success must be managed with discipline, because comfort breeds complacency, and complacency invites collapse, not suddenly but slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. And this is how many fall, not through scandal, but through distraction. They stop fasting, stop listening, stop returning to the secret place because life feels easier now. But ease is not the same as alignment, and God is warning you ahead of time. Do not let abundance steal your attention. Do not let applause drown out instruction. Do not let momentum replace obedience, because the noise of people can silence the voice of God if you let it. And if you lose that voice, you lose direction. And without direction, even abundance becomes a trap and chosen one. This is why Jesus withdrew after miracles. He did not linger in applause. He disappeared into communion because he understood something most people forget. Applause is loud, but purpose is quiet. And if you stay too long where people praise you, you will miss where God is trying to lead you. And this is the discipline of the chosen, knowing when to step back, knowing when to disappear, knowing when to say no, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Because not every invitation deserves access, not every opportunity deserves. Your time and success will multiply options, but wisdom filters them. And if you do not develop that filter, you will become busy, but unfruitful, visible, but misaligned, wealthy, but empty. And God did not bring you through drought to watch you drown in abundance. He did not train you in silence to lose you in noise. He prepared you for this moment so you could pass this test. And the test is simple but demanding. Will you remember? Will you stay grateful? Will you stay low? Will you keep returning to the place where it was just you and God? Because remembrance is protection. Gratitude is armor. Humility is covering. And when you practice these daily, abundance cannot poison you. It will strengthen you and chosen one. Let this settle deep. Success is not the enemy. Forgetfulness is comfort, is not evil. Complacency is, and wealth is not dangerous. Disconnection is so. Guard your spirit with the same intensity. You guard your finances because the greatest threat to your calling will not come from lack anymore. It will come from ease. And if you can master this, if you can stay anchored when life gets comfortable, if you can stay hungry when the table is full, then what God has placed in your life will not just grow. It will endure. It will carry legacy, and it will remain holy, because the chosen do not just rise, they remain. They do not just receive, they remember. And they do not just succeed, they stay aligned. And that is how success becomes safe and abundance becomes a blessing instead of a burden. Chosen one. This is where everything comes together. This is the moment where heaven shifts the question from can you receive to can you carry? Because what God is releasing into your life now is not just provision. It is purpose wrapped in prosperity. It is not just income. It is influence, not just money, but mandate. And this is where many misunderstand the call. They think wealth is the reward for obedience. But in truth, obedience is the reward, and wealth is the responsibility that follows, because heaven does not release resources without expectation, and God does not trust gold to vessels that have not been refined. That is why this season is not about flexing. It is about funneling, not about showing, but about stewarding. Because kingdom wealth is not designed to elevate your image. It is designed to advance assignment. And hear this clearly. Chosen one, you were not chosen to live louder than others. You were chosen to build deeper than others, to move with wisdom, while others rush to protect what is sacred, while others seek validation, because the true mark of divine prosperity is not how much you own, but how much you can carry without losing yourself. And this is why God is calling you higher in discipline, not higher in display, because discipline is what protects destiny. Money without discipline leaks favor. Without structure, collapses and increase. Without boundaries, eventually becomes a burden. But when discipline leads, abundance follows safely, steadily, and sustainably. And this is where legacy thinking begins. Because legacy is not built in one moment. It is constructed daily through obedience, through restraint, through choices. No one applauds. And this is why God says, build in silence, because silence keeps your motives pure. It keeps your spirit sensitive. It keeps your alignment intact and chosen. One, understand this. Your wealth is not meant to stop with you. It is meant to move through you, to fund vision, to restore broken places, to feed the hungry, to lift the forgotten, to build what will still speak long after your name is forgotten. Because kingdom wealth is generational. It thinks beyond comfort, beyond lifestyle, beyond personal fulfillment. It asks a deeper question. What will remain because I was obedient? And this is why God measures readiness before release. Because prosperity without purpose is empty, but prosperity with purpose becomes unstoppable. And when the increase begins to flow, you will notice something. Your yes must now be guarded by your no. Not every opportunity is meant to be accepted. Not every partnership is pure. Not every open door leads to the right destination, because success multiplies options, but wisdom filters them. And if you do not learn to say no, you will bleed energy, peace, and clarity. And God is saying in this season, protect your yes, Because your yes carries power, it carries weight, it carries consequence, and when you give it too freely, you dilute your assignment. But when you guard it, you honor what heaven has placed in your hands. And this is why God raises stewards, not showmen, builders, not performers, carriers, not consumers. Because the chosen do not chase ownership. They walk in assignment. Every dollar becomes a decision. Every expense becomes an act of worship. Every increase becomes a question from heaven. Who is this? For what is this meant to build? Where should this flow? And when you live this way, something shifts. Money no longer controls your emotions. Success no longer defines your worth. And comparison loses its grip because your identity is anchored. And when identity is secure, prosperity becomes a servant, not a master. And this is the posture God is calling you into. Now, quiet confidence, disciplined obedience, focused stewardship. Because there is a generation watching children, families, communities, futures that will be shaped by the choices you make in this season. And God is not just thinking about your breakthrough. He is thinking about inheritance, because inheritance does not begin with a check. It begins with a choice, the choice to stay humble. When you could boast, the choice to stay generous. When you could hoard, the choice to stay quiet. When you could announce. And these choices build a foundation that storms cannot shake. And chosen one, do not let culture rush you. Do not let social media pressure you to prove anything. You do not owe the world an explanation. Your fruit will speak when the time is right. Your peace will testify louder than any post, and your consistency will answer questions before they are ever asked. Because real wealth does not need validation. It carries authority naturally. And hear this warning with love. If the blessing ever pulls you away from God, it is no longer a blessing. But if it pushes you closer, deeper, lower before Him, then you are walking in divine prosperity. And this is why gratitude must become your daily language. Humility must become your atmosphere. Remembrance must become your protection. Because pride does not announce itself loudly. It whispers subtly. It says, I did this, I earned this, I deserve this. And the moment you take credit for what heaven orchestrated, the covering weakens. So stay bowed, stay surrendered, stay thankful. Make it a habit to whisper thank you before you spend, to ask for wisdom before you decide, to return to the secret place before you respond to applause. Because silence is where clarity lives, and clarity is what sustains blessing. And chosen one, let this truth anchor you. Wealth is not your power. Discipline is money, is not your security. Obedience is influence, is not your calling. Stewardship is. And if you can carry this posture, if you can live this way, heaven will continue to trust you, because God increases those who can handle. Increase without losing intimacy. He elevates those who remember where the elevation came from. And this is your moment, not to shout, but to settle, not to rush, but to root, not to perform, but to build. Because what is coming is not just for today, it is for generations. And you are being positioned as a guardian of divine resources, a distributor of kingdom supply, a quiet pillar that supports revival without needing recognition, and now chosen one. I want you to respond not just by listening, but by declaring alignment, because words matter, intention matters, and agreement matters. So if this message spoke directly to your spirit, if you feel the weight of stewardship, if you know you are being prepared to carry more than just money, more than just success, more than just comfort, then type Amen in the comments right now, not as a habit, but as a decision. And if you truly understand that this season is about building in silence and stewarding with wisdom, also comment the words silent season. Let that be your declaration that you choose discipline over display, purpose over pressure, legacy over lifestyle. And as you comment, understand this: you are not just engaging with a video. You are marking a moment of alignment, a moment where you choose to carry what God is releasing with humility and clarity. And if this word resonated, stay connected. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications, because this is not entertainment. This is preparation. This is kingdom construction. And the next season of your life will require discernment, wisdom, and steady instruction and chosen one. As you move forward, move quietly. Build carefully. Give generously and stay grounded, because heaven did not just trust you to receive the blessing. Heaven trusted you to carry it. And how you steward this season will determine how far, how long, and how deeply the blessing will flow through your life.